My name is Dr. Mark Taylor, and I'm a chemistry instructor at Del Tech. This is a video I never expected that I'd have to make. It's a video on academic integrity, but that's just a fancy way of saying it's a video about cheating. I know that many of you have tremendous life responsibilities, other classes, outside jobs, family responsibilities, and hardships. And having to deal with the pandemic certainly doesn't help with the stress and pressure you might be feeling right now. We're all making sacrifices in our daily routine, and for you, one of those is taking college courses remotely instead of face-to-face, having interactions directly with your instructor and your classmates. I know it's been incredibly difficult on you. Unfortunately, sometimes the pressure gets to some students and they decide to take shortcuts to achieve success. Since we're working from the privacy of our homes, it's extremely tempting to behave in ways we wouldn't normally consider in a normal classroom. I'm referring to using resources during testing assessments that you'd never be allowed to use if we were on campus in class together. There are just 4 resources that are authorized for use on any exam or quiz, graded or ungraded. The 4 resources are, number 1, the Welcome to Online Chemistry 100 or Chemistry 110 reference document, depending on which class you're taking. There's no chemistry there, but it has support services and emergency contact info, including my contact info, if there's any issue with logging on or completing a testing assessment. Number 2, the Policy and Expectations document. Again, no chemistry, but it includes these very guidelines that we're talking about right now about what you can and cannot use in case you're unsure or you forget. Number 3, actual chemistry information, the reference handout set provided by me. It's over 20 pages long, and it's packed with useful information, which I hope you become comfortable with. It's got tables of data, algorithms for solving problems, lists of both chemical and mathematical formulas, etc. And number 4, a scientific calculator. Not a regular calculator, a scientific calculator that has scientific notation on it. You can get these at most Dollar Tree stores for just $1. I suggest you buy 2 in case one breaks, which actually happened once during an exam. That's it for approved resources, those 4 things. No textbooks or books of any kind. No notes. No help from other individuals. No internet sources aside from actually logging on to the quiz or exam. No cell phone use of any kind for any reason. No other handouts from any source, including handouts that might appear in textbooks. No practice exams, no labs, etc. can be used. Only the 4 resources I just listed. So why am I making this video? Well, since we've switched over to 100% online learning, I've caught over 30 Del Tech college students cheating on quizzes or exams or the final, both graded and ungraded quizzes, and occasionally even on labs. Each semester, I tell students there are questions that might appear on any testing assessment that are specifically designed to let me know when they're using unauthorized resources like internet, like the cell phone, like unauthorized handouts, textbooks of any kind, their notes, practice exams, or even help from family and friends. Unfortunately, every semester, about 20 to 40% of my students make the conscious decision to cheat anyway. That's about 1/3. Thinking they won't get caught this one time or on this one question, no matter how many times I remind them not to cheat. Every student who was caught cheating thought they could get away with it. They did not. I understand how easy it seems to cheat on an online test, but really, is it worth jeopardizing your college career, let alone your professional career, for a few points on a quiz or exam? Remember, at the end of the semester, I generally drop your lowest exam grade. That means if you think you didn't do well on one exam, don't panic. That exam can be dropped. If you cheat or don't even take the exam, however, that's a very different story. If there's evidence of cheating, I meet with that student. Time and time again, the students who are caught cheating initially deny any wrongdoing, but the vast majority eventually take responsibility for their actions. At this point, I generally grade that particular quiz or exam with a 0 that cannot be dropped in the final semester calculation. If the exam is not taken, that will also, of course, result in a 0 grade. If you receive a 0 on the exam due to cheating or missing that exam, that 0, as I said, cannot be dropped. but it will also make it mathematically very difficult to even pass the course, let alone get a good grade. So the lesson here is do your best on the exams and quizzes, and remember, it's much safer to drop that exam grade than to cheat or skip the exam entirely. In situations when a student absolutely insists they weren't cheating, when I in fact have strong evidence that they were, Del Tech college policy requires me to report the incident to the Assistant Dean of Instruction, who will then make that decision for me. Unfortunately, the dean is extraordinarily busy, as you might imagine, so that decision can take as long as 1 or even 2 months to make. Meanwhile, once the report is filed with the dean, the student is immediately blocked from dropping the course and must continue submitting labs and tests until a decision is rendered in order to avoid an F or even a U grade for unofficial withdrawal. If the dean determines that an act of academic dishonesty did in fact occur, that student can expect one of several outcomes depending on the particular incident and the past record of the student. This can include getting a 0 on the test, which is exactly what I would have done anyway if the student admits cheating to me, and it won't go any further than me if you do admit. But also failing the entire course. The dean can also expel you from the entire Del Tech school system. So I'm literally begging you not to cheat on any quiz or exam of any type, graded or ungraded. I hope that I'm wrong this semester, but sadly it happens again and again, no matter how much I plead with students and no matter how many reminders I give. It's just not worth it. It's not even necessary to cheat because you can drop that exam grade later, as long as you've taken the assessment in good faith. I also want to make a few quick remarks about acceptable resources for lab assignments. The rules for completing labs are much less strict. You can use the internet. You can even look up answers online and write them in your labs. Just be sure you understand how those answers are arrived at. Remember, the goal here is to learn how to solve the problems, not just to write down the final answers. You can actually ask tutors, including me, to help you solve lab problems. We're happy to walk you through the problems that you're stuck on. You can even discuss how to approach or how to go about solving lab problems with other students. What you cannot do, however, is simply copy another student's answer or give another student an answer to a question. In other words, the calculations must be ultimately solved by you, and any written answers must be in your own words. Now, I don't want to get into how cheating only cheats you. You've heard those expressions 1,000 times, so I can only hope you take them seriously now. But remember, cheating in the quote-unquote real world can have much greater consequences than in school. For those of you in the medical field, for instance, cheating or misrepresenting information can result in serious harm or even death to another human being. It can also result in you losing your integrity with your colleagues, in losing your job, or possibly even losing your entire career. It can result in your workplace being sued for millions of dollars, possibly resulting in the closing of that hospital, clinic, or business. It's just not worth it. So, if you're struggling with the course material, please contact me by email, or come to the office hours, or see me at the Virtual Tutoring Center. It's my job to help you succeed. If you prefer, there are several other very capable chemistry tutors at the Virtual Tutoring Center who are also happy to assist you. And if you're dealing with outside issues or pressures, Del Tech also provides a variety of support systems available through the Virtual Support Center. And that can be found at www.dtcc.edu/virtual/support. The Support Center has links for help with counseling, mental health support, financial aid and billing, student life, technology and computer help, including laptop lending, food insecurity, and many other services that are free for students to take advantage of. They also provide disability support for a wide range of situations, including some issues you might not even consider disabilities. Disability support can also result in accommodations for you, provided that will provide you with extra time or assistance during tests or even labs. So if you're unsure, please ask. You might be surprised what's available to you. In any case, I wish you the very best of success, not only in this class, but in your education at Del Tech and for your personal and professional future. Good luck and do well. Thank you.